Welcome back. So I know that somebody will go and grab my code and make this into phone apps and sell them for millions and millions of dollars. And all I'm asking is just to give me 10% of the profit. That's fine. Just send it to me on an email or put it directly on my bank account. Don't worry, I'm not going to charge anything else but that. Actually, give me 20%. Of course, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I want 30%. Okay, so let's try and get this up and running. Let's jump back to our TS file right here. We now print the joke, right? But we need to kind of figure out how does a joke actually work? How should it look? And if we go back, we're looking at something here called Json, JavaScript Object Notation. This is kind of a way for us to send data over the wire using a specific set, right? So we're saying you need to start out by adding curly bracket. That means that we're sending an object, right? Then we need to put in some properties, like this one has a property called category. That's some kind of array. It has another property called icon URL. That's some kind of URL. It's an ID, it's a URL, and it's a value, right? So this is all information that I need to know if I want to kind of show my Chuck Norris joke, right? At least the one thing that I do know I need is the value. But let's just try and create such a component in Typescript. So we're just going to, in the home page, the home folder right here, we're going to right click and add a new file, and that's going to be called joke.ts. So it's going to represent a joke. How should a joke look? I'll just add that to get, and let's just have a look here. So we need the object to have a category. Sweet. What we're going to do is we're going to make this into a class actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to write export class. And we're going to just call this class for joke, and we're going to add that right here. So now we have a class created that can kind of map how a joke should look. Now the first thing in our joke should be a category. Now the category, we can add that by just saying the category is going to be an array right here. And if I look again, you can see it's an array of strings, right? So it's going to actually be a string array like this. Then we're going to do a comma, because we want more in here. We also want an icon URL. I think it's actually not a comma, but a semicolon. So we want an icon underscore URL. Again, the names need to be exactly the same like we have right here, because we want to map this object. We want it to look the same like it does right here. So we need to put icon underscore URL, and that's going to be a string. Going to do a semicolon. Let's just go back. We also need an ID, it seems. There we go. That's also going to be a string. Very simple guy right here. Everything is strings. Other types you have available would be number, for instance, a boolean, and other types like that. So we'll slowly get into those as we start working with this. But right now everything seems to be strings. I'm just going to map the last one right here. That's actually the value. That's actually the one that we want to present. There we go. Now we've kind of created a new class right here. That's what we call an entity. This is kind of a set of information we need to explain how a joke should look. So now we've set that up, and we actually have a way for us to map the information we're getting back from this HTTP request right here. We're actually able to map this data now into what we call a joke. And don't worry, we will get back and build more of these so it'll start making sense. But now you've actually built your first entity inside your Ionic framework, so we can now actually next lesson try and create this joke. See you next time. Have fun.